Dumelang bagaetsho, welcome to episode 9 of the Real Talk with KayTee. For the perfect lighting. But no! Alright guys, you guys know this face.
It's a familiar face.
Yeah, you guys know this face, right?
What's up?
Yeah, what's here guys? This is you guys know my bro, Ogorogile. As you guys can see right over here on the screen, at Father of Freak on Instagram and Ogorogile Nong on Facebook as well. Alright guys, as you know that today we're going to talk about sexuality, the masculine and feminine. However, we are first going to talk about sexuality. We want us people to understand as well that in my sexual orientation is identified as homosexual, and Ogorogile, who is my best friend, my bro, sexuality is identified as heterosexual. Yes, heterosexual. So first we want to get that clear out. We want to get that out there. Yes, it's not me necessarily coming out. It's just that yes, that is what it is. I prefer myself to be identified as homosexual and so forth, and we'll get to that. However, Hile, what is your view on sexuality as a whole?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So like, I have. Yeah, what is sexuality?
Yeah, what is it? We once even said that it's
like the question.
Yeah, what is sexuality?
What is it? Right? I don't know, man. Because I know that sex is what you're assigned.
Yeah.
Right. And then gender is what you sort of like grow into, like, you know, what you adapt from, like, culture and cultures around you. So I don't know, my take on sexuality, I don't know, man. For some reason it seems a bit like complex, because I don't know, maybe we make it complex, or I don't know, like we just overthink it. I feel like it could just be a straightforward thing, like just like how I don't know how when we say man or woman, like it's sort of like a straightforward thing, man, woman, whatever. So like yeah, but I guess it can't be straightforward, maybe because of probably like our society, or like the culture that we are in, or where we are born into, probably influenced by other factors as well. So that's why it probably has so many things,
exactly.
Not just sexuality, but it's
Other things as well. Some people are like finding it difficult that we are best friends, but I am homosexual and you're heterosexual. And the thing is, our friendship is not based on sexuality.
It's not based on.
It's not
on that.
It's not based
material.
on, that's just like.
It's like outer world.
It's really not. You know what I mean? And
so, yeah.
all right. So, but yeah. So yeah, we are best friends, and we've never had any encounter.
Yeah, but like probably people have like been like, hey, what's?
No, I've been asked I think 2 times.
What?
And I take it very. I don't take it
like,
offensively or anything, because I'm like, oh,
right,
it's people you guys think would think that it's like, yeah, it's like me and
People don't understand.
It's like me and my cousin. It's like me and Katleho. Oh my God, a German Shepherd. German Shepherd. Hello, a beautiful dog.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
He's 2.5 years old.
Yeah, 2.5 years old. Beautiful. Hello boy.
Just not cuddly friendly.
Yeah, I can see he's very gaudy. No, that's beautiful. All right, thank you, you two. You guys saw what actually got us quite distracted there on the first shot of our clip. It's a beautiful dog, a huge little German Shepherd. The woman just explained to us everything about. I've got a little doggy dog at home. My Peanut. We call him Litonkomani. Ria once asked, Booty, what's Peanut? His English name is Peanut. We got it from Karabo, my friend of mine. He says, Booty, what's Peanut in Stswana? And I'm like, Litonkomani. And then we both laughed. And we're like, okay, no. Then Peanut's name in Stswana is Litonkomani. But anyway, that's not what today's focus is on today. So yeah, we are like I'm of gay, yeah, of the gay sexuality, and he is of the straight. If we use casual terms, and there is nothing of anyone changing anyone's sexuality. So that you said something earlier. You're not saying that it's impossible to.
Yeah, like that it's impossible to like fall in love with a man, but it's like not something that I personally would want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like personally, it's not.
Yes, and it's not. I'm also saying that it's not impossible for me to fall in love with a woman, but it's not what I prefer. So it's exactly what has come to the surface as well. And also the polygamy. I'm not saying that I assign myself to a polygamy or that I want that type of lifestyle. I'm just being, we've been controversial here on the Real Talk with KayTee, and we're opening up and we're just going through taboos, and we're speaking that this is the things that are happening, because in the previous episode we spoke about taboos and so forth. So yes, I think healing is sometimes that, as you spoke about, how sexuality is quite complex. I think sexuality is about soul. It's a soulmate search. Ow! Because when you identify yourself, for instance, as homosexual, you're not going to end up sleeping with everyone of that sexuality. You're going to attract yourself, to people of that gender, specifically of a certain energy, of a certain vibe, until you reach to your final destination. You realize that you've been finding this person all along.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Your journey was reaching towards the final destination through the gender of these people. Do you understand? So, for instance, you've been attracted to women, sorry, and through these women, you find pieces of your final soulmate through these people. You understand? And is that not sexuality? It's like sexuality is finding the person that you're gonna have sex with for the rest of your life. Sexuality. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when we become what like a sexuality and we continue to have encounters that are not of it, then you ruin your energy system, your energy space. But yeah, that's a topic for another day. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching the first segment of today's episode, where Heeyy speaks his part on sexuality, as my bro, and I'm grateful for you, bro. Much love, much light. We'll show. Oh, I heard a duck. Okay, no, we'll show you guys parts of the zoo lake as well. We're about to have lunch as well, so be blessed and stay tuned, guys, also for the second segment.
And look, this duck's coming.
Oh yes, this duck's coming. And stay tuned for the second episode. Bye.
Ducks, man.
Oh God.
This is how some of them have a thing on top.
They're very protective. Look at how they walk. Okay, so continuing. On today's episode 9, where we talk on sexuality and the masculine, divine, feminine. As you guys saw, we're with the ducks at Zoo Lake in Rosebank, and I was with my bro Ogorogile Nong, yes, there by the Zoo Lake, and he had a few things that he had to say about sexuality. One would actually even ask, why would I find it necessary, like I did in the beginning of this video, to mention that I'm homosexual and Ogorogile is heterosexual? It would be that especially in the gay community, it is believed that one cannot. Most have the stereotype that you can't be friends with a straight guy without any sexual intercourse involved, without anything. Somehow you stem from the belief that because you are a feminine gay, then it is it is more acceptable for you to be friends with a feminine gay person too. Or if you are umjita, it's just a natural social stereotype that we have in the society, even outside of sexuality. There's just this system of belief that a man and for instance a straight man and a straight woman can't be friends without any something similar to that, without any emotions involved, when clearly people can be friends, like platonic friends without any emotions involved. And my friendship with my brotherhood, with my best friend Ogorogile, has proven to that, whereby he is heterosexual, I am homosexual. Well, no encounter has ever happened. We don't wish to have any encounter of that nature because we don't see each other like that, you know. It's just like we said in the video, that our friendship is not based on sexuality. Our friendship is based on the talents. Our friendship is based on being there for each other. Our friendship is based on prayer. Our friendship is based on so many other things that a platonic friendship would naturally entail. Don't worry, you guys will meet my boyfriend uh, very soon. And it's not Ogorogile Nong. It's not Ogorogile Nong. But you guys will see him. You guys have met my close cousin. You have met my bro, my best friend, and you guys just need to meet my boyfriend. And back to the topic. We are relating from the heart center. We are not relating from the body. I once wrote a post that said that gender is a concept of the flesh. Gender is the concept of the flesh. Wow. When I first read that, I read that from somewhere. I was appalled. I was taken aback in a good way. I was appalled in a good way, you know, not in a bad way. And it was in a way that really eye opened, or really, it was really an eye opener for me in many ways. Okay, just to reflect as we went on to the beginning of the video, where Heeyy spoke about
I don't know,
how
man, because I
sex,
know that
sex is a sign.
sex is what you're assigned,
Yeah.
right? And then gender is what you sort of like grow into, like, you know, what you adapt from like culture and cultures around you. So
You know, for instance,
I don't know, my
your
take
physical
on
attributes
sexuality.
of, you know, whatever sex that you come with, which is your male, you know, you are identified male because you're assigned a penis. When you are female, you know that you're female because you have been assigned a vagina. That's what Heeyy meant by sex. And gender, he was talking on, when he was talking about how gender is gender. He did say that now these are the societal norms, that okay, a boy should behave this way, a boy should act this way, a boy should wear like this, a boy should behave like this, a girl should dress like this. You know, those are the gender roles. You know, a girl should wash the dishes, a boy should be in the garden. The gender roles that have existed in society for the longest time, that really contribute to one saying that no, this is my gender, this is the assignment of the gender. And then I mentioned something, here it is. Quite complex. I think sexuality is about soul. It's a soulmate search, because you know, when you identify yourself, for instance, as homosexual, you're not going to end up sleeping with everyone of that sexuality. You will not end up with the whole gender, you know, of your sexual orientation. And now I say this because it comes from what I wrote once in my journal, here, where I spoke about meeting my divine masculine. I wrote this on the 5th of April 2020. I just want to take up this time to fully explain what I meant by what I said in the video that I've just showed here on the side. Meeting my divine masculine, 5th of June 2020. I've met my twin flame in my inner world through the discovery of my divine masculine. It is always spoken that the divine feminine meets their divine masculine, but this is usually misinterpreted. The relationship must fully exist for yourself from within before it could exist in the outer world. This is difficult for some of us who live in a dominant heterosexual world. But there is the belief that one acts femininely to embody the energy, or that one acts masculinely to embody the energy. I am confused between this, especially as a gay man. I know and understand that there is no sexuality, but the flow of energy between the feminine and the masculine energies. But there is a role the body plays that often specifies the sexuality? Or is this sexuality, now this is what I meant in that video that popped up, and also this is what I meant at the beginning of the video, when I continued to write this journal. This journal entry goes up to 3 small yana pages. So as I go deeper, this is what I said. Or is this sexuality a determination of your ultimate twin flame soulmate, because we do not end up with the rest of our lives with the whole team of the gender of the sexuality that you are? Is this sexuality all a part of destiny's game in accordance to the energy's attraction? Because all our lives we search for the one, but he first karmically appears through the relationships, which are then the attraction of the genders we often say we are attracted to, being the determination of our sexuality. Sexuality for the distant soulmate, twin flame. For most of our LGBTI plus people, the only deepest discovery we make is our sexuality. And this is during the midst of societal and conditional teachings that give a negative viewpoint on this very discovery. We are mostly falling into an act of adultery and many other self-destroying acts proving society right. Not forgetting that there are other aspects in life outside of our sexuality that are a part of any human being's journey that have us broken, and brokenness for purpose. All of this is for one person. You, as life happens, and 2 people, your lover and yourself. Quite self-explanatory. I remember I said earlier in the video, when I said that it's sort of like 6. You are searching for the one that you are meant to have sex with for the rest of your life, sexuality. And through this, you will have that first karmically through the gender that you say you're attracted to before you could get to the final stage. So this discovery, for instance, when you have been in relationships with girls as a guy, but you find yourself if you find yourself getting attracted to guys without even doing anything about it. I'm going to use an example of no action, and you don't act upon it. I feel like the reason why you are first being attracted to that guy is because it could be the journey towards getting to the destination of your soulmate who is of that gender. And that for us should be a clue, a fateful clue to who our soulmates are, which is of that gender. Life is all fate. Life is all a destiny. Alpha and Omega. Already through your birth, your infinite being, your infinite highest power, which I will continue to explain in the next segment of today's video. Your highest power will know what your destination is. And that's why we need to continue to access our highest power, God, so that we know where we are heading. That's my part, and that is where I put it. That's why I'm saying everyone is bisexual. It's just that to a certain extent. Obviously, one who would find themselves more attracted or preferably attracted to men would identify themselves as gay, and one who is more likely to be attracted to a woman who is of a man would then more likely to identify themselves as heterosexual, but not completely blinding that there is a possible attraction of the other gender. It's all about you. It's all about what you want. Homosexuals. Yes, it's not easy getting the love of your life in a community that is so messed up. It is not easy, and not messed up by us, but messed up by the projection that we get from the society. It's not easy, guys. We have it 3 to 4 times worse than straight people when it comes to finding our one. Trust us, it's easier for a straight person in this society to find a lover than a homosexual. Homosexual being lesbian or gay. It is harder for us. because there is so much, like I said in my journal entry, there's so much that we have to deal with other than the discovery of our sexuality, but also dealing with the judgment that we receive from society. Now, I don't want this episode to be too long, so we have reached the end of this part. We've said what we said at the Zoo Lake. I've properly now given my entry and support on my part, and properly discussing and explaining the conversations that I had with my bro Heeyy, layering it all nice and out for you. And now we're going to go into the masculine and the feminine, whereby I did a live talk once on Facebook on the Easter weekend of Facebook last year, 2021, under the Real Talk with KayTee, whereby I thoroughly spoke about the masculine and the feminine, and that it is beyond the body that you are assigned. Okay, guys, but we have reached the end of our episode. So after this next segment, you won't see me again until episode 10. And do please stay tuned. Please also do like, subscribe, guys, and much love and light. Be blessed. I did mention something of God the Mother. I want to quickly explain that part. Because God, dear Christians, especially the religious self-righteous ones, God is an energy. God is the energy of the highest power. And if you look at your existence as a person, you have your feminine and your masculine energies. And we've grown up in a society that is taught that men should only nurture and empower their masculine, while women are only meant to empower and nurture their feminine. And then when they meet with a man, then it is the wholeness of the feminine and the masculine from the two genders. But the truth of the matter is, you as a person need to have the energy of the feminine and the energy of the masculine within wholeful existence from within you. And this energy, it's so easy to be of toxic femininity and toxic masculinity as well. But there is also healed masculinity, healed masculinity and healed femininity, where now both of these energies from within you are working in harmony and are in a healed state. And the only way to continue to get to that wholefulness of the of the feminine and the masculine, you need to get to the highest power of those energies. And if we down it down to terms of Christianity, we are left with God the Father and God the Mother. When you affirm to the highest power of the feminine, and when you affirm to the highest power of your masculine, I'm not talking about now male and female, I'm talking about the energies of the masculine and the feminine, you become a wholeful being. All your experiences are only a reflection of wholefulness. You become whole. It's okay because this exists, but because you are already wholeful inside, your outside experience will attract now your wholeful being. And when you come together, it is only an existence of two whole beings who are operating only on their highest self. Not that another one's feminine energy is dependent on another one's masculine energy. You are already they are already dependent within each other from within you, and your partner's feminine and masculine is already independent within each other. That when you guys meet, it is only a meeting of two wholeful beings, and not a union of interdependence. So when I spoke about God the Mother, that is what I meant. The highest power, the highest self of your feminine. Not some voodoo nonsense. Okay. So yes, I believe that I'm done for today. Yes.